Hello, this is Alexander Markussen from 777codes.com. I just want to make a video on a special tool on my website named 777codes.com. And when you come to this website, you will see different tools, and perhaps the most popular tool is the Gematria calculator, and it's a very special calculator because I think it's the first Gematria calculator that uses the ordinal system on 3 languages, and these 3 languages are English, Hebrew and Greek. Now, it doesn't just use the ordinal system. If we enter my name, Alexander Markussen, in here, in English, we see it uses 6 Gematria systems. And we really just have to understand the 3 first to understand the 3 next. So let's begin with the standard system. What is that? Well, we have to take a look at the Hebrew alphabet. This is the Hebrew alphabet with its 22 letters, and you see the 5 letters under the main row of letters are the uppercase letters. And the standard system is marked in blue here. It goes from 1 to 10, and then the next letter is 20, 30, 40 and so on up to 100, and then the next letter is 200, 300 and 400. And then you have the ordinal system, which is the orange colored numbers here. And that just begins with 1 and goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. It's the placement orders of the letters. And now we have the reduced system, and that is essentially the same as the standard system with the zeros removed. But it goes from 1 to 9 and then begins from 1 to 9 again. But the golden rule of the reduced system is it's always the same as the standard with the 0 removed when you look at the letter. Always. That's a golden rule. Alright, let's take a look at the Greek alphabet. So here is the 24 letters of the Greek alphabet in both lowercase and uppercase letters, and you see the standard values here, but you notice it misses 6, and that's because it's Greek isopy, so it's a bit weird. That's just how it is, and you see it will miss the 90, so you have to take note of that. But it's essentially the standard system. And then you have the ordinal system, placement values in other words, and then the reduced system. Again, the golden rule is that it's the zeros removed, so you see it here. It should always reflect the standard value with the 0 removed. Alright. Just a quick, some quick words about the other technologies on my website. You have a Hebrew and the Greek Bible database, and that is because the Old Testament is written in Hebrew and the New Testament is written in Greek. You find general information about this database here. It's still in beta because there are 60 to 70 verses that are off in my database, but we will fix that within a month now. So we have strived to get it as perfect as possible for over 3 years now. It took a while before we found a functional database we wanted, but it had big problems with it, so there has been a lot of work with this stuff, a lot more than anticipated. Anyways, you have a math tools, which I am going to release a much better version of. You can enter any number from 1 to 9.9 million, and it will give you the mathematical properties of this number, like is it a composite or right, it is in this case, and it shows the order. And I count the number 1 as the first prime number here, because you're meant to do that when you do the verses, when you decode the verses of the Bible. So it has a lot of different mathematics here that is explained in chapter number 1 of my website. You just click to see chapter 1 home here, and chapter 1 is right there. And that is the tutorial to understand the codes of my website, because I have a book, and I essentially upload my book onto the website. Yeah, there are more tools here, and this page is complex, I'm not gonna lie, so you should read everything here. But what I love about this page is that you can take and import a verse by verse order from my database, Bible database here. So let's say I want to have verse number 770 and 7. I just enter 770 and give me, and the verse pops up here. And I can just autofill box 1 here, and you can have more than one verse here, and when you click result, you will get all the general methods when you decode verses, and those are also explained in chapter 1. So it's absolutely amazing for me who put together these methods. I didn't put together all of these methods, but I put these methods into this order. Because you're gonna start with the number of words when you decode a verse, and then number of letters, and then number of words plus letters, and then the total value, and then it gets a bit more complex here, because you can either start to begin here after the total value, or here. Many times you can just choose and pick what you want, it doesn't matter, but I have found times where you actually have to start with the first and last letter, but it's rare. So it's a wonderful website, and here you get that ultra calculation result, which is the number of letters times product of letters divided by the number of words times product of words. And you find a lot of cool codes with this ultra calculation method. And you see, if I input another verse, like verse number 137, you see the verse is integrated. The methods are added. And the ultra calculation is divided. So here you get the ultra calculation of verse number 777 divided by the ultra calculation of verse number 137. So you get result. Yeah. But to explain the lesser functions of this website, well, let me start here. Sum between orders. I have 2 verses in the system now, verse number 137 and 777. So if I want to add letters, let's say I can choose between words and letters there. Letters. So I'm Norwegian, by the way, so I have a lot of vocal errors. Let's just say it like that. So here I can add all letters from 3 to 7. You just separate the orders with a comma, and it will give me the result. That's absolutely wonderful for me, who has been doing this stuff manually. So and you can do the same with words, and that's why I have two identicals of the order. And you can do this with numbers also. You can input 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here, and then add the numbers between 3 and 7, and we'll show you that. So you can add digits of the constants like pi and alpha and e and the golden ratio. I have those constants here, so you can just click here, and here is 100,000 digits of e ready to be imported into these calculators. Now, that was the first type of calculator of this group. The second is the sum of the order calculator. And again, let us say I want to add all letters up to 21 here, order 21. It does here. Now let's say if one verse has 22 letters. Well, then it just, no, I mean 20 letters. Then it will just add the first letter of that verse, because it counts by rotation in cycles, by the number of letters, as long as you input letters here. If it's by words, it's by rotation by the number of words in cycles. So it's really cool, and here is some order. So if I want to add word number 3 and 7 of these words, these two verses that I have inputted in this system, it does that here. Or if I just want to add the 7th word of these verses, same with letters. Yeah, here is the find all possible combinations in all permutations. You should really read chapter number 2 until to understand these, because I don't feel like explaining these. But read chapter 2 and you'll understand those. And that's, I think that's it of what I need to go through here. Is it anything? Yeah, that should be it. Again, you can read the chapter 1 and 2 in the home or table of contents. Alright, thank you for watching and have a nice day. Goodbye.